Namaste and welcome to Sonali Joshi's Astrology channel. In the series of monthly transits of planets, now let us look at how planets are going to change their placements and how it is going to give us a guideline about what to do in the month of July going into August. When the July begins, we know planets are in the sign of Aquarius, Pisces, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer and Leo. This is the placement where we understand helping the teammate, helping the sibling, or helping anybody who works with us is going to give us more gains. Some of you have already experienced this in the past, and this is going to be a repeat thing for you. If you are running the Mahadasha of planets that is placed in these signs, then these transits will be even more giving you more directions and support in that case. As we go into the month of August, we see changes in the planetary placements. Mars goes to the sign of Virgo. We have Sun and Mercury both going into Cancer. Mercury was already there, now Sun is going to join it. In Gemini, we have Jupiter and Venus. We have Rahu Ketu on the Aquarius and Leo's axis. We have Saturn still in the sign of Pisces. Obviously, the nakshatras planets have already changed. So going into August, we see planets into the... let me look at the software and check that for you. We have planets placed into the Pushya, Uttara Falguni. Then Jupiter goes into Aradra. We have Venus also in the Aradra. Saturn still is into Uttara Bhadra and Rahu is into Purva Bhadra. Ketu into Purva Falguni. That means if you have planet in your natal horoscope in these nakshatras, there is a planet transiting over that. And depending on if those two planets work together really well, the outcome from that house will be more favorable. On the other hand, if these are opposite energies like Mars and Ketu, or for example, you have Rahu going over your natal Sun, or you have Saturn going over your natal Ketu, then you will see a mixed result from these houses, from these signs. And the reason being, when there are energies that really work together, outcome is more favorable. In the case you have planets that are opposite to each other, here is the key. If the basic natal horoscope planet is placed in the more strength wise in that house, that planet is going to give you better result. For example, Saturn is going to give you better result in the 7th house than compared to 1st house. Jupiter is going to give you better result in the 4th house compared to 10th house, or the own houses that it owns will always be favorable. For example, Venus will give you better result in the 2nd house as well as 7th house. On the contrary, Ketu will be giving you stronger result in the 8th house or 12th house. Now, fortunately, here also, none of the planets are staying into debilitation for a long in Navamsha. In fact, Mars is getting exalted in the Navamsha. That means people are going to work towards physical health. People are going to work towards their issues, problems, and apply all the strength in solving them. That is a great thing. There is a Buddha Aditya Yoga in transit. So if you already have Buddha Aditya Yoga in your horoscope and you have seen the advantages, there is one more time we are seeing this Buddha Aditya Yoga. Depending on how close these planets are, things will be changing. But however, right now they are placed in the same nakshatra. That means there is a close conjunction between Sun and Mercury. So if you have already planet placed in natal horoscope in Pushya, it is getting lot of energy, lot of light with these two planets transiting over that. Pushya is about nourishment. Pushya is about supporting everybody like a mother So if you are a team leader, if you are in any capacity where you work as a trainer, coach, where you take care of people, help people, support people, nourish them. Even though Pushya is a nakshatra of Saturn, here your job is to nourish, because Saturn will be working towards removing anything that is excess, bring in order, but nourishing the person or the outcome at the end. And that is a great thing. In Gemini, we have two opposite energies like Venus and Jupiter, but Venus will do better in terms of Gemini sign, and Jupiter will still give you good results, because any sign Jupiter goes, it brings in more awareness about the outcome. Depending on the house you have in your natal horoscope, this combination, you will find a mentor who may have a different or a conflicting methodology, but you will get good results once you learn from them. A good time to join any class to overcome your weakness and increase your strength. So if you are a teacher, trainer, coach, or work in the fields of education, month of August is going to bring you a lot of positivity. You will get new students, you will get a chance to change someone's life for better. So make sure you go out actively, socialize, talk to people, do all the marketing efforts, and you will see a rise in your potential as well as financial outcome. You will make good collaborations. Again, the key is collaborating with somebody who may have a different philosophy than you. But go ahead, collaborate with them, work with them, and you can get a better outcome. The remedy for the month of going through July to August is donate food to the needy. You can also donate education supplies. Going into now August to September, we'll also take a look how things are moving forward. The first important thing in the month of August is Rahu Ketu are still into the Aquarius and Leo axis. That means you are going to go in and out of, I have already done it, so I can do it, but I want more. And for Rahu, remember, always take the legal path. For Ketu, don't give up immediately. It is okay to do certain things in a certain way and let it be at one point. Ketu has a good balance of how far you can stretch something and when you can let it go. Whenever Ketu is into the signs like Aries, Sagittarius, or even for that matter, Leo, it has that sturdiness. And you will be able to find out the right person who will ignite the inspiration, motivation in you to move forward. That's a great placement to have. Another remedy for this month and the transitions, always wake up in the morning, pray to the rising sun. All school going kids can do that. Another thing, make sure you pay your respects to your teachers, coaches, trainers, or mentors. When there are two gurus, planetary gurus, Venus and Jupiter, they are together, that means you will have to work with your mentors, your teachers to move forward, and that is a really good guideline in this month. So if you're looking to join new classes, courses, or take a decision about which class to join for any entrance exam, make sure you do that here. Even you do not agree with the principles or the way the coaching class goes, this is a time to take a decision and join it. Most classes already start in July, from June, July, and already booking is going on right from the February. But in case you are planning to change, August is probably latest you can do that, and please do it. Now, as we go into the month of September, we notice Jupiter is going into the sign of Cancer. Sorry, Venus is going into the sign of Cancer. Jupiter stays in Gemini. Saturn stays where it is in Pisces. Rahu Ketu are still in the Aquarius and Leo. Mars is still in the Virgo, but we have a conjunction of Mercury, Sun and Ketu in the sign of Leo. In usually August, Sun goes into the own sign, that is Leo. We already had Mercury moving with Sun and Ketu was already placed in Leo. This is a combination where people will go through certain turbulences on a psychological level in making choices, because Sun and Ketu, these are two opposite energies. Sun is about holding a position, being the leader and being in the forefront, and have some ego along with it. When Ketu is conjunct Sun, it rips off your ego. You are asked to let go of your ego. That means all the decisions that you are taking when Sun moves into the sign of Leo along with Ketu already being there, think about the greater good. Don't think about what just I will get, where I will be. Think about you as a group, as a community and as a society. What good we can do by taking that decision. If you keep this one thing in mind, the situations will be better. Leo is a sign that deals with finances. More or less it is about entertainment and sports. So you will see some changes in the fields where people who were already heading certain businesses, certain organizations, they might have to step down and you will get a new leader, new boss, new head of in charge in those areas. So if you own a production house for movies, entertainment, TV shows, you will see some changes happening in that field. Same way, if your corporation deals in the finances and stocking, trade market, trading, you will see change in that area as well. In terms of relationships, Venus is into the sign of Cancer, which is where people feel more emotional towards their relationships, towards their material gains, towards how much cash flow will be there. And Cancer sign going through Punarvasu, people will get back what they have lost, or whatever they have done in terms of relationship, the karma will rebound, come back to them. So if you have done something good in the past, you are going to get better results. If you have done something wrong, you will be penalized for that in terms of relationships or gaining and losing money. We also have Aslesha. However, Venus is not going into Aslesha immediately, so it is still a favorable position for Venus. If you are thinking about proposing to your partner, do it before it goes into Aslesha, because Aslesha will bring the bitter feelings. Punarvasu and Pushya are still good positions for Venus to be in, even though you will have some emotional conflict, you will have some emotional issues in terms of those relationships, but you will be able to make up your mind because Mars is still into the Virgo, where your reasoning and logical thinking still works, and you can support it with your emotional behavior. This is a good way to deal with situations. Those of you who are into the fields of service industry, hotel management, restaurant, food, catering, this is a good time. Your businesses will flourish. People will take short-term travels, people will take trips to close by nearby destinations, and all these businesses will see a rise. Again, the remedy is worship the rising sun, donate education supplies, help the needy. Typically, this is the time when you should help the homeless people, give them food. For the school going children, they can worship the rising sun, respect their teachers and mentors. If you have a grandparent living with you, respect them, spend some time with them. Also, if grandparents are staying away from you, it's a good idea to do FaceTime, video call and talk to them on a regular basis. Blessings coming from elders will do miracle in the month of August for all the high school kids, school going kids. Hope this is working really well with you as far as going forward, finding direction, looking for businesses. With Rahu still into Purvabhadra, you will notice some of your partners, some of your clients are not opening up fully. There is a level of secrecy that you will see when Rahu is into Purvabhadra. Purvabhadra itself is in a way, complicated nakshatra where Jupiter is trying to get rid of excess that it has created all through the cycle. And Rahu being there will try to imitate or even surpass the behavior of Jupiter, and hence it will act with a more secrecy. So if somebody is working in the fields like forensic, crime related investigations, in the fields of any areas where they work with the dead body, they will see a major rise in partnerships, new companies being formed, and maybe more screen presence for all those related areas. There could be a new TV show, new web series coming along, or a movie getting released where people are working with these situations. Overall, September to August is going to be a good time frame in terms of working with your mental and physical health, finding solutions. Whenever there is a conflict of philosophy, methodology, or what to do, the solution is help people first and then you will get your own way. You might see a certain turbulences happening in the entertainment industry as well as banking and finance, but the new leaders will be most likely coming forward and situations are going to be favorable, helpful, and growth is definitely promised. Keep watching this series. If you are looking for any other guidelines based on the nakshatras, I'm going to give the videos at the end which will help you overcome the negativity of those planets placed in these nakshatras. Namaste, thank you, Shubhamastu.